Hello and welcome to Introspective Illumination. My name is Leslie, and today we will be doing a pick a card reading from nature. So it's going to be fairies and animals that we're going to be calling in to bring in our main messages. So as this is a general reading, I ask that you just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Not everything's going to resonate with everyone as it is general, but you cannot choose the wrong pile, and there is something for you here. So this is going to be pile 1 is the orange candle, pile 2 is this purpley lilac candle, and pile 3 is this blue candle. I will give you about a minute to look at the candles and make your decision, and I'll see you soon. Hello, pile number 1. So this is the pile if you chose the orange candle. So let's see what came. Oh, the cheetah. So this is going to be the main animal message. Empath, healer, prolific creator. Things happening at lightning speed. Staying alert to synchronistic signs. The path of the soul practitioner. And it's pretty funny. We also got the orange candle for the cheetah. So as we move through this, and we're going to pull more animals, but especially since we're talking about synchronistic signs in this card, these animals that I pull are going to be signs for you that you are on the right path, and that just as a confirmation for you, since we can doubt ourselves and our senses and our connection to the divine. Obviously the first one's going to be the cheetah. So you can see it online, in person. If you see a cheetah in person, that's pretty cool. Wherever you see a cheetah is going to be a sign for you. So we're going to pull 3 more animals. I have a very strong connection with animals, so I really enjoy connecting with them to bring you guys messages. So we have the whale spirit, trust the great mystery. Nightingale spirit, love is all around. One more. Snake spirit, time to heal. Okay, so what I'm feeling with our animals here, and again, seeing any of these, just look at those for signs from spirit as confirmation for you. But what I'm really feeling from this is you guys in this group probably resonate with the title of empath or healer. And this can be difficult because a lot of what we feel or are here to do, like helping people heal and whatever that is, whether it be like in a traditional way, like in medicine, which is something I was involved in for a long time before I decided to transition into a different type of healing, which would be more spiritual. But sometimes it can be hard to heal ourselves. We have the healer, and then we have heal. It can be hard to focus that on ourselves, and we focus a lot on other people. So a message that's coming through is it's okay to love and to help other people heal, but don't forget about yourself. Taking the time to do that self-care and really trusting that we may not understand why we are empaths or why we feel we are healers or on a certain path, to trust in that, to trust in the mystery, and that to trust that love is all around. And I'm sorry, I'm listening here for our messages. We are universally loved, all of us, and we are here to love and to experience love. And it can be hard to tap back into that. And taking the time to heal for yourself will help you tap back into that love. And maybe I'm feeling, some of you may be feeling like drained or burdened with this caretaking almost. This may not be for all of you, but some of you are caretakers. And take that time for yourself to heal and tap back into that love that you feel as a caretaker. It can be really easy to experience burnout. I know this personally as someone who took care of people for a profession for many, many years. And feel back into that love and that mystery of life, and really feeling into each of those moments in our lives that bring us back to feeling that divinity. That's going to be really important for you as you move forward. I also feel the message for some of you to bring through this. You have a choice. If you need to take a break, that you can take a break from these situations that may be draining for you. And really paying attention to these synchronistic signs that are going to come through for you, to remind you to heal and to bring you joy, is what I'm hearing. And also with this nightingale, I'm hearing birds singing. So I don't know if some of you really like birds or are bird watchers, but that may be an activity, maybe just sitting outside and listening to the birds, maybe something that really brings you back into yourself and healing yourself. So let's pull some other nature messages. So just fairies and nature in general. So we have debt paid off. The old weight and habit of debt is lifted from you in your life. So this may be financial for some of you, but what I'm actually feeling is this feeling of debt around being a healer and taking care of other people. It's time for you to let that go. And I think a lot of that is going to come about when you take time for yourself and you tap back into that love. That weight is going to be lifted. And that sometimes as caretakers, we can get into the habit of putting others before ourselves just naturally. And I'm kind of transmuting some of that, and not always putting other people first is an important message that's coming through. And then we have travel. An upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. And I'm really drawn to this stag here. So that may be another animal to look out for. Kind of like the regal and elegance of the stag. So this may actually be a physical trip. So you may take an actual trip that is going to bring about this change, bring about this healing. So maybe some of you need to take a trip somewhere to physically just get away. Sometimes we need that. So this is your permission and your sign to do that if you need to. It could even just be going to a local hotel and just, even getting away that way. You don't have to go far. So be open to whatever comes through. I feel like some of you, this is going to kind of be an unexpected opportunity or idea. Go with it. So we have dietary change, which is also at the bottom of the deck before I shuffled again. Improve your diet and your life will also improve. So what I'm feeling with this is maybe you're not been taking care of yourself in the best way with your diet. It can be really easy to eat poorly, and because it's easy. So maybe some of your healing is going to be just putting yourself first and eating, nutritious food every day that is aligned with your body instead of maybe stuff that drags you down. Some of these simple, the transformation of healing and self-love doesn't have to be super complicated or something like expensive. Sometimes the simplest things like movement and tweaking your diet just a little bit can really help us feel better and more connected with ourselves. And then we have, your desire is within reach. Have faith as everything is working in your favor. Yeah. It really feels like this burden is going to be lifted soon for you guys. And I think that this is going to be something that brings you a lot of joy. And so let's pull 2 more cards here. Actually, let's do 3. I'm feeling 3. So let's do 3. Fulfillment. Joy abounds in all areas of my life. I think we as empaths and healers can get a lot of joy from being a healer, but that can be forgotten when we're kind of bogged down, right? So this is going to come back for you, and that feeling of fulfillment, if you choose to, it's going to come back for you once you start caring for yourself. Then we have peace. I breathe deeply knowing that all is well in my universe. Yeah, and this goes back to, everything is working in your favor. I know it's tough right now, but that time is coming to an end. You just have to make some different decisions because we all have free will. But I can feel this heaviness lifting for you. And then success. Success fills my life in ways beyond my greatest expectations. Oh, that's really beautiful. Success doesn't have to be monetary. I feel like we kind of get this idea that it does, but it doesn't. Success can be you're successful in caring for yourself. You're successful in doing that balancing between caring for others and caring for yourself. I'm just feeling like having that trust that everything is working the way it's supposed to, and you're going to move through this period. And when you look back at it, you're going to think, wow, I can't believe I made it through that. I feel so powerful, and it was such a learning experience, and you're going to feel this success through that as well. So I hope that was helpful for you, pile number 1. Please let me know below any other kind of readings you would like to see, and follow me on Instagram for more content and for us to stay in touch. Let me know that you came here from a reading. I'll make sure to follow you back. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Hello, pile number 2. So this is if you chose this lilac-y purple candle. This is the reading for you. So let's see. Okay, so we got the camel. Come into focus, please. Okay. So, dragon of the desert, wayfaring soul, sure-footedness amidst the shifting sands, overcoming insurmountable odds, preparing for the journey ahead. So, immediately what's coming through for me is seeing a desert and kind of like mountains of sand, and the process of climbing over them feeling like you get nowhere because they move and it kind of falls down and you kind of have to start over, and it's really tiring. That's what I'm feeling, like really tired. I'm sorry, I'm quiet. I'm just kind of picking up on a lot of things. So let's pull some more animal cards. So What you want to do in this reading with these different animals I'm going to pull, use them as a confirmation for you as you're moving through your life, whether you see things in real life or online, that you're just that confirmation from spirit that they hear you and that they're there. So any of these animals that are pulled, use that for that. Use that for that. Use that for your confirmation. So we have Moth Spirit, surrender now. Yeah, I'm feeling like surrendering to this journey that you're on. It doesn't feel like a journey ahead. It feels like it's one that you've already begun and it's already like, oh my gosh, this is awful. But it's not always going to be that way. What I'm feeling with the Moth Spirit is kind of like taking off and being able to kind of fly through some of like over like the shifting sands ahead and these mountains of sands ahead. And it's not going to be like it is right now. It's going to get easier. And we have Snake Spirit, which I also pulled in the first deck. So if you felt called to that one, you can watch that one as well. Time to heal. And healing has been a big theme through these readings today. What I'm feeling like is healing the feelings around this journey. So there may be resentment, obligation is coming up. So it feels like the reason for this journey is maybe not something you wanted to do. And Snake Spirit is going to help bring in some of that healing. And when I think of the snake, and I got this image of like this of a snake moving through the sands, and the way a snake body moves, it's very easy to move in and out of things, right? It's not this treacherous like walking, it just glides. And it feels like bringing in healing around the reason for this journey is going to make this even easier for you. Because it feels like you have to do it, so you need to surrender to it and heal your energy around it so you can bring in the ease that's supposed to actually be part of this. I feel like sometimes when we do things we don't really want to do, we are very stubborn and resistant, and this is really asking you to let some of that go. Ooh, Cat Spirit. I love kitties. I mean, obviously. So we have Cat Spirit. Claim your independence. So although you feel obligated or maybe worn down, you can claim your independence in this scenario. So even though we have to do things we might not necessarily want to do, we can still find our independence within the scenarios themselves. So instead of being bogged down, you can kind of heal your energy around it and surrender to the fact, this is just what I'm doing. And that can really bring back in some of that independence and actually even some decisions you can make along the way that you want to make. And I'm feeling too to pull this top card, Bobcat Spirit. So we got another kitty here. Life is a mystery. Yeah. Pile 2 got a message about mystery, and it feels like some of you don't really understand, like, why is this the way things are right now, right? And I just heard because it just is. And really that's because we have to go through, unfortunately, crappy things to really get to the good things. Life isn't just all good, right? It's good and bad. So although this balance that we go through, right, good, bad, ease, difficulty is a mystery to us, accepting this, kind of like this whole thing is a bit about, is just like accepting where you are and where you're going, even though it's kind of like, is going to be transformative. So definitely we're getting cat energy in through this. So let's pull some more cards. So these are just cards from nature and our fairies that are around us and the fae, as they're very, connected with animals. So we have summer. Everything that you're asking for becomes yours in the summertime. So this might have been something that started in summer or maybe is going to end in the summer. Either way, summer feels like it's going to be, how I feel is like, especially with the energy of the desert, is like the heat is going to kind of blast away like I see the heat rising and kind of transmuting things. So summer may be very significant for some of you. I'm also hearing some of you may have summer birthdays, which could be a confirmation for you, just that you know you're in the right place for this reading. Children, your connection with children is part of your life's purpose. So it could be children. It could also just be animals. Animals are also innocent. They have the innocence around them like children. And these are messages from animals guides, right? So connecting back in with that innocence is something that I'm feeling from this card. The innocence of life, the innocence of just moving with the process. It can be challenging. I mean, I'm really feeling like just this, again, like this energy. But unfortunately, this is just part of it, right? So tapping back into that innocence for yourself is going to help you make this process easier. So we have holiday. The answer you're looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. So the second pile also got a card about travel. So I do feel, and I definitely, when I pulled the camel and felt that energy of like moving over the sands to like physical movement toward a destination. Maybe you're moving long distance, or you are wanting to kind of take a break from this, but you can't. It's coming. Like relief is in the future, I promise. It's just not right now, unfortunately. And surrendering and healing like your energy around this situation and just kind of accepting the way things are. You know how like kids are just like, okay, you know, they might fight it a little, but they're not worried about like 6 weeks from now, right? Kind of bringing that energy back into yourself and being in the moment is really going to help release some of that tension you're feeling, like worrying about the outcome. And then easy does it. Stop trying so hard to control everything. And all the doors will open for you. So kind of like what I was just saying is, you know, this resistance, and this is just kind of where you're going. Surrendering, you know, this message that's coming through this whole reading is, it's going to make things a lot easier for you to move through. And I also did a reading earlier from goddesses, and one of the piles got a dolphin, and I'm being called to say that because I'm seeing the dolphins here, and I feel like for some of you that are watching this one, you should go watch that other reading, because I feel like there are some more messages for you in that one. So let's pull some more cards here. Inspiration. I'm receiving divine inspiration right now. So now I've been talking about mountains of sand, and then we've got mountains here. And really, it can be difficult in times like this to see that inspiration for where we're going. But if you look, the person in this card has kind of trekked up this mountain, right? And they're looking forward with the telescope. And that's kind of what you need to do, is look to the future in a not anticipate, oh God, what's going to happen kind of way, but in a kind of like the childlike innocence of anticipation, like a good thing. Like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen next. And I'm hearing, live the story of your life. So don't fight it. Don't fight where you're at. Don't fight the journey. This is where you're supposed to be right now. And we have strength. I have deep inner strength and glorious vitality. Yeah, I mean, what you're going through requires so much strength. And yes, vitality. You might feel like you have the world on your shoulders, but you are very strong, and that's even something to be grateful for. And, you know, I'm commending you for moving through what you've been moving through. I can feel that it's very difficult and weighing on you heavily, but it's going to be over, I promise. The more you surrender to the process, the easier it's going to be. And you're going to get to that point where you're just kind of like gliding through it like the snake. Like it's hard, but you're able to just kind of move along and just kind of twist and turn, but you're still going the right direction. It doesn't have to be so arduous. And then miracles. My life is a miracle. Yeah. So, and even on this card, how we have bird eggs and the, you know, the miracle of life and the miracle of living is, you know, it goes back to this life is a mystery card with our bobcat here. We don't necessarily understand it, but, you know, the divine inside of you understands. And tapping into really just like the miracle, like seeing the miracle of life is going to show you, I'm hearing is going to show you the way. So whatever that means for some of you, it's going to be different for everyone, but I'm sorry you're going through such a hard time, and but it will get easier. You know, the journey's going to happen either way, so it's kind of your decision to see it in a different way or approach it in a different way so that it's not so hard, right? So I hope that was helpful, pile number 3. Please let me know below what kind of readings you would like, and you can follow me on Instagram. Let me know if you come from Instagram. I can follow you guys back. And thank you very much for watching, and I hope this helps you kind of move through some of this yucky energy I'm feeling. Thank you. Welcome, pile number 3. So this is if you chose the blue candle. So let's see what animal's coming through for you guys right away. So we've got the turtle. Gaia, Great Mother, ancient remnant of a bygone era. Knowledge of the ancestors, deliberate, slow, and steady movement. So this connection to the earth, and I'm feeling with like the ancestors and the bygone era. So some turtles can live a really long time, right? Aren't there turtles that can live over 100 years? So you may be feeling like you're kind of out of touch almost with the current society and maybe the way things are just not for you. So let's pull in some more animal messages around this. So as we're moving through this, take these animals that you see, whether in real life, online, you know, on a commercial, whatever it is, as just confirmation that for you, I feel like it's always helpful to have some sort of confirmation when we get a reading and then we go back into our daily lives. It kind of brings us back to that message. So just if you see any of these animals in your real life, that is confirmation for you from spirit. What's coming through here is going to be relevant for you. And I'm getting, okay, so here's our 3. So we have frog spirit, clear out the clutter. Whale spirit, trust the great mystery. Another pile got that one as well. And then ant spirit, time to collaborate. Okay, so we're immediately getting 3 animals that really water is part of their life, right? And it's feeling like with bringing in this animal energy from water. So you may be a water sign or live near water, but really tapping into that, just the flow of water, and how powerful water can actually be, even though we don't think of it that way. But think about the way that water will erode mountains, or even if, depending on where you live, like the Grand Canyon was formed from water, right? So I'm feeling like this strength behind water is what's flowing through you. So you may not see yourself as strong. You may not see the type of impact you have, but it's profound. I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling some of these messages from the fairies and nature with this, because it's still a little unclear here. Hold on, looks like some of these connections here, your profound connection or impact and strength that you have. So we have daughter. The answer to your question involves your daughter. So that could be literal if you have a question about your daughter. This is also just feeling this youthful feminine energy. So you yourself may be a younger female, or maybe not, but you feel youthful, or you work with that youthful feminine energy, and it feels very like playful, and the word coming through is accepting. And maybe this feels like detached from the way your life is right now. Maybe your life feels like really heavy, but you and your spirit don't feel that. So pile 2 got this one too. So what I'm feeling with this is, so if you're feeling like you're kind of like out of touch with your life, not that you're out of touch, but you're kind of disconnected because it's not like a true reflection of you in this youthful energy. Clearing out the clutter. So this is literally physical clutter is what's coming through. So whether you clean out your home or your room or just your car or maybe your phone, like I know like we have pictures built up or screenshots or memes or whatever, clearing that out is going to take away some of that old energy that you're feeling that's stagnant, and to pull in this youthful feminine energy of receiving and love. And stop trying so hard to control everything, and the doors will open for you. So maybe that's part of why your life feels kind of disconnected from who you really are, is because maybe you've been living in more of that masculine energy of control, and this is really calling in that femininity. And part of the femininity is trusting the great mystery of life. Going with the flow, trusting that you'll receive and that you're going to be where you're meant to be is very feminine. So really tapping into that, and even like Gaia, Mother Earth, again, very feminine energy coming through for this. I'd like more around this collaboration here, because it's feeling like this like water flowing feminine energy and its strength and the profound things it can accomplish is going to go back to this collaboration here. Goodbye to the old, hello to the new. You finished one part of your life, and now a new and even better part is beginning. Yeah, so like I was talking about with clearing the clutter and being in the flow and bringing, letting go of that masculine energy of control, and letting go of physical items are going to allow that new part, that new energy to flow into your life. And what I'm feeling like is with this ant spirit of collaborating. So ants work together, and I like on this card we have these puzzle pieces, and I'm feeling like I'm hearing all the pieces will fit together. So I think things are going to make more sense to you, like these pieces of things, whatever those are for you. I'm not getting a clear message about, because I'm thinking it's going to be very different for everyone. But these pieces, they all fit together, and it's kind of like when you put together a puzzle, right? You have all the little individual pieces, and then you put them all together, and then you can see the picture. And as you're getting closer, the more of the picture you can see, and kind of the energy picks up. And maybe that's where you're at, is like the energy picks up, and that excitement that you're about to see, like this thing you've been working on. And it's going to make more sense as you flow, as you move. And I'm feeling like this collaboration isn't necessarily with a person, but more collaborating with both feminine and male energy. So it's feeling very male dominant, but there's this feminine thing that's fighting right on the inside, this light-hearted, loving spirit wanting to come through, and really balancing that and putting the pieces of both of those together for the full story. And then we have winter. The answers to your prayers and affirmations are fully realized in the winter months. So where I live right now, it's fall, so winter is coming. No reference to Game of Thrones. So this may be something that happens this winter. It also may be something that starts to happen this winter. So the whole process could be quick. It also could be, what I'm feeling though is more for most of you though, it's going to be like winter. You think of things are like hibernating and sleeping, and things are a little bit more slow, right? We don't have it, things feel more like we're resting and we're waiting. So this may be something that just takes some time. Even just clearing out clutter, like physical clutter, can take a while, right? But the new is going to come in after this winter. Like the winter, after you pass through it, these doors are going to open for you. And I'm just really feeling this like very like lighthearted energy wanting to come through for you. But right now it's kind of stuck. Let's get a few more cards for you guys. Healing. Phenomenal healing energy flows through every cell in my body. Yeah, so again, like we had the water, when I was talking about, water flowing where it's meant to go and having a profound impact, even though we don't realize it in the moment. Healing some of this stagnant energy and some of this, almost like this, being stuck in this masculine, is going to bring in this new that wants to come in, like after this winter, whether it's literally the winter season or just how you feel. Bringing in this new, this healing's really going to help with that process. And then we have radiance. I am a radiant reflection of God's light, and that's very true. And I like how this middle card is a lighthouse, and kind of moving toward that. And again, we have the water theme here. And God's light is loving, it is accepting, and it is men, it is women, it is the balance of that energy, it is the mystery of life, it is putting all those puzzle pieces together. So just this radiance that's going to kind of just like this light, I'm seeing just this light kind of come through your life, as you're saying goodbye to the old and you're doing that declutter process. And then we have joy. Joy and ecstasy flow through me wildly and freely. We're getting lots of flowing here. So yeah, just really tap into that joy. And sorry, whenever I'm quiet, I'm just listening. I'm also feeling, with all this water that's coming through and the flowing, that air also impacts where the water goes. And it could be just, when I was talking about that stagnant energy, just kind of like opening the windows, right? And letting in fresh air and letting in the light. So if you have, like maybe you have curtains up a lot or they're closed, or maybe you like work night shifts so you don't get to see the sun very much, letting in just these pieces of nature are going to help balance things out for you and bring in this healing. And I'm feeling called to pull another animal totem, so I'm going to do that for you guys. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, that's too many. There we go. Okay. Wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. You can see that. So yeah, it's feeling like becoming wise through these situations, and the knowledge you're gonna have after this healing takes place, and moving through these energies, and kind of the knowledge you have of the pieces. But then when we put them all together it becomes wisdom, right? So they're not just individual pieces of like, you know, here's this thing and here's this thing and they're separate. But when we put them together, you kind of, you know, you get the bigger picture. And that's what this feels like, is the bigger picture is coming. Everything's going to make more sense. And once, it's going to feel like a million doors open for you once this wisdom occurs. And it's going to. It might take a little while depending on how resistant you are to the change, but it's time for things to stop being stuck, is what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing making you wise to the twists and turns of life. So that may be a special message for just one of you. I'm not sure, but yeah, just everything's going to make sense in this way of wisdom as you move through this process and you say goodbye to the old and you make room for it, and you let different energies into your life so that they just kind of ebb and flow out instead of getting stuck. So I hope that was helpful, pile number 3. Please let me know below any other kind of readings you would like, and follow me on Instagram. Let me know you came from here and I'll follow you back. And thank you very much for watching, and I hope that this resonated.